Northwest was Sparks, the first thing that came into my mind, because I've followed the band for 40 years. I think I've been hugely influenced by them in the writing. The writing is by this is, you probably remember them. The pictures are coming round, and probably remember. He's an exceptional lyricist, but he's very black in his, sort of humour and that, and he was very edgy, but he got away with it by wearing a cardigan, you see. So anyway, all this was before, well, I'll tell you about it. This poem is about sparks, not just the creative ignition that fires my writing, but the enduring beat combo of the same name that fire my writing. They are, according to Toby Manning of the Word magazine, an antidote to all that is po-faced, self-important and depressingly ordinary in rock. They are also proof that humour and music can not only exist, but bond, mate and give birth to something between cartoon superhero and freak. Monstrous yet muscular, gruesome yet gorgeous. In 1979, Sparks performed Tryouts for the Human Race on the BBC's children's programme Crackerjack. It is a song about the trials and tribulations of being human sperm. Sparks getting away with it by wearing a cardigan. Well, all the best lines in this poem are lyrics by Ron Mael. I will try and hold it up when there actually is lines. This is Sparks firing my imagination since Thursday, May the 9th, 1974, just after 7:30. There are those system restore points in life, like Kennedy's shooting, man landing on the moon, hiding from your first Dalek, and watching Hitler play keyboards. Piano fading, then a boy with dark curls starts to sing, and there's Adolf on keyboards, or is it his singer's disapproving dad? This town ain't big enough for both of us, gunshot, and it ain't me who's going to leave. The next 3 minutes were wondrous and would last forever. As I closed my mouth, my taste for the weird had begun. But who were they, this Sparks? No internet back then, no instant information. You remained agog before Google. No way to know until Melody Maker or Sounds landed at the back of the door and told you so. Next day's water cooler moment, before I knew of such things, or that dehydration in the workplace was even a concern. Took place in the mill's smoke room, a windowed coffin where even non-smokers, not that there were many, would take a break just so that they could have one. Did you see him? Hitler, scary, in his teacher's shirt and tie, but this was a new Hitler, no kidding, mister. On our side, not like in the comics or on TV, no longer the enemy, according to NME. The singer was Russell Mael, teenage poster boy, almost androgynous in twin-setting girl's voice. The other, his brother's grim-faced persona, was Ron, reclaiming the toothbrush moustache for the arts, long before Richard Herring even thought of it. More Chaplin-esque than Hitlerite, although much later in a song discussing the merits of the moustache would write, "When I trimmed it real small, my Jewish friends would never call." I'm digressing, splitting hairs. I needed to have that single. This town ain't got a record shop. No downloads then, no Amazon, hamstrung until work allows you a bus trip to Nelson to buy it. From Les at the Electron. Les, the guy all the boys wanted to be. Les was cool without trying. Cool before I knew of such things. Then the album, I couldn't wait, but had to, you had to then. Kimono My House. I'm already there in the bedroom with two glam geisha girls, one shocked, one flirty, Roxy by proxy. Slide the record out of the sleeve, thick, heavy vinyl, a desert island disc overlapping the small mono player. Not even a dance set, which at least had nostalgia on its side. To mark this momentous occasion, put the needle on the record, play, and what music. Russell's falsetto, such a tsunami of sound. Nothing indiscreet, just big beats and a rush of exhilarating harmony. Tight, grandiose production, before I knew of such things. No gratuitous sex and senseless violins. Sat on the bed, I bask in the entirety of the sound. Pick up the inner sleeve and read lyrics by Ron Mael. The one who's not going to get the girls, but will, at least, have less distractions and more time to write. I attempt to sing along to the breathtaking pace, deciphering staccato signals like an overstretched Bletchley girl. All the while noticing that the words are funny. Puns, double entendres, before I knew of such things. Wise words imbued with the sense of the absurd taken on board. Songs that ask questions, but not the same old questions like, will you love me, will you still love me tomorrow? Or how can I be sure? But questions that an 18-year-old boy needed answering, like on sex. How will I know if I'm doing it right, Ron? There you go. It's a lot like playing the violin. You cannot start out being at your Hootie Mingling. On holiday romances, are they a good idea? I tried to tell you in the night that with a girl like you I could do without guided tours. You tried to tell me in the day that you're leading exports with textiles and iron ore. Well, just say me and my girl are prevented from being together like Romeo and Juliet, and the pair of us decide to end it all by jumping off a cliff, only she has second thoughts and watches me plummet to my death. How will I feel? That kind of question, Ron. Up here in heaven without you, I'm here in heaven without you. It is hell, knowing that your health will keep you out of here for many, many years. And from a young man who works in the complaints department, the question, what if she gets pregnant, Ron? The question, oh sorry. Now she says she is expecting it. It's my fault for not protecting her from all the risks of passion. She's complaining, she's old-fashioned. Just give it back, no questions asked. A near subliminal opinion on abortion in 1974, almost as well hidden as the address of a backstreet clinic. Johnny Rotten would broach the subject 3 years later in far more graphic detail and with a little less discretion. It's easier to get away with it wearing a cardigan. Over 40 years on, Sparks are still performing like musical Gallifreyans, regenerating at a rapid pace who could start a song as tenor and end as bass. Maybe that's the first sighting of Hitler. Maybe that first sighting of Hitler tickling the ivories was the catalyst to a new way of thinking, a world of what-ifs and third-eye imaginings holding another voice, where the words needed to be up there with the music. Was it then that I became a poet for the first time? Not literary letters on the page, but inside my head, a way of thinking, a need to find the joy in everything, to seek a smile, result, a look for laughter, bonus. Did sparks make me creative? Did they fire my passion? Leave me strolling to the beat of a different drum machine? On occasion the music has disappointed, but never the words. I can't do this. That's it. Those lyrical waxings cut it for me. Vinyl chapbooks that offered the alternative before it turned up anyway. From a sad-faced clown, the only right eye in the house. A downbeat poet whose words do not cease to be poetry simply because music is tacked on. And here I name drop a lightened up Morrissey. Ron Mael, musical genius, no question. His moustache now more Cab Calloway than Chaplin. Back then in 1974 the image drew me in. But the poet keeps me close, and I ain't gonna leave.